Hey, it's Chuck. If you grew up hearing that the Civil War was a tragic disagreement between brothers, noble men on both sides, fighting for what they believed in, then somebody sold you something, and we need to talk about it, because this one's for you. Let's dive into it. After the Civil War ended, the South had a problem. They didn't just lose a war, they lost the war that they started to preserve the right to own human beings. That's not a legacy that you can put on a statue, although I'm fairly certain that somebody at some point tried. So they did what any group with power and motive does when the truth is unmarketable. They rewrote it. It was called The Lost Cause, and it wasn't grief, it wasn't heritage, it was a marketing campaign. And it did three different things, deliberately and in order. First of all, it reframed the war as a fight over states' rights and constitutional principle, not slavery. Second, it turned Confederate soldiers into tragic heroes defending their homeland against Northern aggression. Third, and this is the one that did the most damage, it reimagined slavery as a benevolent institution. Enslaved people were loyal, they were cared for, they were better off. And that language showed up in textbooks and children's literature for over a century. It was engineered that way. Writers, generals, organizations, including the daughters that we talked about in the last episode, turned a military defeat into a cultural identity. They didn't just tell the story, they installed it into the infrastructure of our country. In psychology, we call this collective cognitive dissonance. It's what happens when a group holds two truths that can't coexist. Like, we're good people, and we fought a war to own people. And instead of sitting with that discomfort, they eliminated one of the truths, not by addressing it, but by replacing it. You build a new story clean enough to live inside, and then you defend that story like your identity depends on it, because at that point, it does. Think gaslighting on a national scale. And here's what I need you to take away from this. The lost cause didn't just rewrite the past, it built the template that we moved into the future with. Minimize the harm, elevate the intention, shift the justification when the first one stops working. Rebrand the aggressor as the protector. And if you don't believe me, trust me when I say that you watched it last night, a primetime address to the nation, where we saw shifting goals, reframed timelines, a promise that it's almost over, and then asking you to believe the version that you're being told, while gas prices, social media videos of missile barrages, and your grocery bill tell you the opposite. The language changes. The formula doesn't, because once you learn how to sell a war, you never stop using that playbook. Confederacy didn't invent denial. They gave it a production budget, and we're still watching the reruns. I'm Chuck, the bald therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit. Remember that you matter, and have a gentle rest of your day.